Okay, so here's my angry little rant. I just spent over an hour trying to puke out a video on democracy in Russian language. And it's fucking impossible. I barely managed to get 3 sentences together. It's not even like a writer's block. It's that I have all of these ideas, but they are disjointed. Like, screw me. That's not how that is supposed to work at all. I wrote in a personal blog like a month ago or something, and I think I actually mentioned it on the show once or twice. This idea of stream of consciousness. There's a book by Arkady and Boris Strugatsky, Snail on a Slope. Yeah, I think I mentioned it. I'm pretty sure, yeah. The idea there is that there are like villagers there who experience thinking as a stream of thoughts, who don't deliberate on a specific topic. They just kind of have thoughts one after the other, and if the character, who's the main character of the story, doesn't like stop them, they'll just keep going into some crazy absolute nonsense land of their not even imagination. It's like, imagine you are a main character and you ask like, what is the shortest way through the bog that is nearby? And they would start, shortest way. Oh, life is short. Shortness is not good. Not good. Johnny is not good as well. Johnny has a good wife though. She cooks very nice. Oh, the food at another place was so good. But at that place there are raccoons there. And one time when I was a little boy, a raccoon bit me. It hurt. Pain is a weird thing. My friend is weird. That's kind of how they would experience thinking. And that strips them of any ability to do something about their daily life problems. And they do have those problems. They are like villagers living in a dying world and in a dying village, slowly fading away. And because they cannot understand anything, and they cannot make up their mind about anything, because their thoughts just goes on and on into some weird moon logic and shit, they cannot do anything. They do basic things, but they do them kind of like almost like zombies. So the same fucking thing is happening to me. When I was trying to make this video, what I experienced was that I would start going on and I would like make a few steps in one direction, but then I realized, hey, that doesn't actually go where I wanted it to go. So I kind of backtrace and I try a different approach, and that also doesn't lead me where I want to go. And it's like, ow, that hurts, And it's not just like my pride of being like a smart person. Oh, I'm so smart. Well, no, you're a fucking idiot. It's not just that, it's just I want to be able to do something. I want to address an issue that I observe. The issue being that democracy requires active participation. Active. Like, I wanted to bring up this amazing thing that the French Revolution resulted in a document, what do you call it, a Bill of Rights of Man and Citizen or something like that, of a person and citizen. And in the paragraph 3, or like, I guess it's paragraph or like chapter 3 or like little passage number 3, it says that the will of the people must be expressed. There must be an active expression of your will, of this power of the people. You cannot just be a passive it cannot be a will of the people if you are a passive. Like, that won't work, because that is no longer a democracy. Because if you are passive, if you don't do anything, that means someone else is doing it for you, is making the choices for you, and that's no longer the democracy. That might as well be totalitarian rule, where there is just one tyrant who rules and everybody else is just passive. They're like, okay, whatever, he's a benevolent dictator or what have you. Like, I don't give a shit. He'll take care of me. You know, like in the olden days, the king was like good. The king was supposed to be good because, like, divine shit, blah blah blah, don't give a fuck. Like, that's not democracy. Democracy is when you have active participation, and in order to actively express your opinion on a topic, you must understand it, because otherwise it's not necessarily expression. Imagine an artist and they're like painting something, and there's like paper lying on the floor, and droplets from the artist's brush fall down on that paper, and that paper dries up, the paint dries up, and you have paper with the droplets. That is not art, because there is no active intention. It was done by an artist during an artistic process, but this outcome was not what the artist was making. There are different theories of art, such as like death of the author or some shit like that, but if we are talking about democracy, we are talking about meaningful authorship. Like, we are locked into the paradigm where the authorship is meaningful, because the beneficiary of their art is the artist themselves. Like, the democracy does benefit you. You make a choice that should be good for you. You, the people, make that choice. The same thing here. Whereas imagine a different kind of artist who actually takes the brush and like sprays some droplets on a canvas, and he's like, oh, that's expressionist art, you know. That is art, because there is intent in that. And this same idea is important for democracy. When you are doing something, when you are voting on a thing or voting on somebody else to represent you, you must necessarily understand what it is you are voting for. In what form, in what way you are going to be represented. So, in order to be active in this process, you must understand what's going on, what's happening. Like, recently I watched a brilliant video, I think it was Johnny Oliver, on Brexit. It was like Brexit 3 or something. And they show a fisher guy, like a person who has... fisher, of course fisher. A florist person who has like flower business. They ship flowers to and fro or something like that. And basically that person would be fucked over because of Brexit. Because like ports will all start to function in absolutely crazy ways because we would have to add customs and shit because Britain won't longer be inside of EU, and it's like it creates all sorts of crazy complications. And that person is like, well, I will most likely lose a lot of money, a lot of like people would lose their jobs because of this. And the interviewer is like, well, yeah, that'd be sad. And the person like, well, I actually voted leave. The person, the florist, the flower guy voted leave. And the interviewer is like, but why though? And he's like, well, I didn't think that it would affect me in this. So see, they voted leave without understanding what the fuck that even meant. That would be consequences. And in order to really be a part of a democracy, a part of a democratic government, you should understand that. That's the entire deal. And not only understand, but also participate. Only then can it be called a democracy. So yeah, that is what I wanted to talk about in my Russian video. But instead of that, I just couldn't. Because you see here, this video is kind of a very different one. This one just expresses my thoughts. Oh, beg your pardon. I really need to go to bed. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning here in Russia. This video is just me expressing my thoughts on the entire thing. So there need not be any kind of linkage between these ideas. Like, one does not necessarily have to link back to the other. There need not be a structure to this, because it's just like, well, I think that, that's my personal opinion, you know. That's my opinion. Nah. And yeah. And when I'm doing a proper video, it should be structured. There must be a proper, like, logical structure, to just repeat myself, because I definitely have to. And yeah, and I just, for whatever reason, I spent like an hour and I only got 3 sentences in. And it's depressing. Not in the like clinical way. It's just like, I feel like, just fuck it, just go away and go to bed. I guess I'm gonna torment myself a little bit more in the morning tomorrow. But yeah, that was very sad. Anyhow, thank you all for watching this rant, Vali's show, more like rant show, crazy rant dude show. Thank you all for watching the crazy rant dude show. I'll see you all next time, and what do I always say? Bye-bye. Thank you for watching, I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye, that's what I always say. So, thank you for watching the crazy rant show. I'll see you all next time. Smash subscribe and like and comment. Smash that comment, I don't know. And then peace among worlds, bitch. Like that. Forgot to turn off the camera. Where is that? There we go.